have this video. It's called Permission. Want permission. So, trying to give ourselves permission to do things that we don't normally do. So I want to share this because it's really useful to allow ourselves to do things that we never did or we weren't allowed to do when we were children growing up in our families. So I want to go back to think of your family, your mum and dad when you were growing up. Every family had their own rules, their own commands, their own way of behaving, their own way of feeling. So every family is different. So for example, in some families weren't allowed to feel sad. So maybe when you were feeling sad, remember go back, when you're feeling sad and you wanted to cry or be upset, and your mum and dad, but they don't know. You have to be cheerful, positive. So what do you do with that feeling? You have to push it down. So that is one example of a feeling that was pushed down because your parents didn't allow it. They didn't give you permission to feel. So it could be the same with anger. So maybe your family didn't allow anger. So if you got angry, they were not allowed to feel angry. Even though you wanted to be angry, it wasn't allowed. So again, you have to push that feeling away. So this is an example of the family controlling or giving you ways of behaving in their view. So when we become adults, there's lots of things that we wanted to do but we couldn't. So permission is about allowing ourselves to do things that we weren't allowed to do. So there's a piece of paper that you can print out and you can recognise in yourself what you can't do. For example, I'm just going to go through some examples. One of them is permission to make a mistake. So maybe in your family, it was very rigid. Everything was perfect. It had to be, if you made a mistake, you got in trouble. So maybe a mistake with homework, or mistake with driving lesson or something. Your parents or got angry or have to do it again to make it perfect. Or mistake lots of things. So maybe you recognise yourself that you can't make mistakes without criticising yourself. Maybe you need to learn to give yourself permission to make a mistake. That's one. So I recommend that you print out, then you cut out a piece of paper, a slip, whatever you need permission for yourself. There's lots of permission to take a risk, permission to ask for help, permission to play and be silly. I like that one. Permission to try again and again. Permission to try something new. Permission to step outside your comfort zone. Permission to fail and learn. Permission to feel the fear and do it anyway. Permission to start again. Permission to challenge yourself. Permission to keep frustrated and keep going. Permission to be keener. Permission to keep going even when it's difficult to keep going. Permission to trust the process. Permission to go to plan B if plan A, plan B or plenty permission to be inspired by other people, just that. Permission to learn from mistakes. Permission to be less than perfect. Permission to fail miserably, and but from that we learn a lot. So these are all permissions. I'm sure each one of you will find something really to give yourself permission, give yourself allow to do. So have a go, and I hope this helps. Have a good day.